Welcome to our annual Issue Symposium 2021. What a year. Last year, I stood in front of the camera and told you I look forward to seeing you next year in Orlando. Now, there are a couple conclusions I can draw from that. Number one, clearly my crystal ball was broken. And number two, at the time, there was a great deal of uncertainty. And personally, my thinking was too anchored in the past. You see, I tried to apply my past learnings, my past understandings to something that I had yet to fully comprehend. Maybe this resonates with you. Looking back is always easier, so let me start there. A year ago, there were many more unknowns than knowns. There were high levels of fear, uncertainty, and doubt. There were questions about how resilient the workers' compensation system was. There were questions about how the workers' compensation system would respond. And we were worried about loved ones and our friends and colleagues. Far too many experienced loss firsthand. This past year has been humbling. We are all forever changed. Today, we have a much clearer picture of the year 2020. We know that COVID-19 is not the claims event so far that we feared it would be. In just a moment, you'll hear Donnell share that 2020 was another profitable year for the industry, that the industry reserve position is stronger than ever, and the residual markets remain stable and manageable. We know that despite the unknowns, the fears, the stress, industry stakeholders stepped up in a big way. You shifted quickly to remote work models and embraced innovations on the fly. You paid claims and helped injured workers heal. You shifted the landscape to make workplaces safer against an invisible and aggressive threat. The pandemic was the moment to rise to the challenge, and you delivered with integrity. Throughout 2020, I worked alongside a remarkable team at NCCI. They supported the workers' compensation system with a sense of urgency, grit, and commitment that makes me proud. From the very first day working in a remote environment, colleagues across NCCI teamed up to meet stakeholder needs despite an unfamiliar array of obstacles. They had no script. They faced new challenges around every corner. They were asked to provide answers in the face of deep uncertainty. Still, the NCCI team did not miss a beat. Our experts stepped up with COVID-19 tools, research, and insights to help you make informed decisions. We went virtual with events and thought leadership, reaching a broader audience than ever. We delivered on our core promises to support a healthy workers' compensation system. And we were constantly reminded of the purpose behind our mission to help injured workers. Fast forward to today. The pandemic is not over, and undoubtedly there will be bad days ahead, and new issues will emerge. But there is light at the end of the tunnel. Today, we are stronger and more resilient than ever. The fear, the unknowns, the stresses have reshaped us as people, as workers, as employers, and as a workers' compensation system. Now on to the hard part, looking ahead. This past year has taught us to be careful when making assumptions about the future. To be a system that continues to withstand the test of time, we must focus on responsiveness, resilience, and fresh thinking. Let me share my perspective. Last fall, NCCI began a year-long journey to update our 5-year strategic plan. I am confident that this work will lead to improvements in how we serve the system, and I hope to share our progress with you in the years ahead. We did the work you would expect us to do. We looked at our strengths, our weaknesses, and the opportunities and threats across our company and within each function. But we also did something new. We interviewed over 30 thought leaders inside and outside of the workers' compensation system. We spoke with executives, regulators, technologists, healthcare professionals, economists, and futurists. We asked them to challenge our assumptions and to think more broadly. This work has allowed us to develop a short list of potential game-changing forces, things like new innovative rate-making approaches enabled by emerging technology, industry disruption coming from outside of the workers' compensation system, and broad-based healthcare reform, including a shift in how healthcare is financed. Right now, we're in the middle of evaluating how these and other possible but not probable forces might impact NCCI in the years ahead. Will this work provide us with all the answers? Certainly not. Will this work better prepare us for an uncertain future? Absolutely. This is why we've added Amy Webb to our agenda. Amy is a quantitative futurist. She uses data to define and understand trends. And tomorrow, she'll share with us her insights on how we stay smart and strong for the long term. I've said that looking back is easy and looking ahead is hard. But one thing is certain, however. To move forward successfully, we need inclusive, transformational leadership. And that's why we have Alan Mulally on our program. Alan's the former CEO of Ford and Boeing Commercial Airplanes, and he'll challenge us to think about how we work together more effectively. I'll be back with Alan later today for what promises to be a dynamic discussion. Stronger Together is the simple theme for AIS 2021. Stronger Together represents a powerful statement about the potential future of the workers' compensation system. Our system at NCCI are emerging from the pandemic stronger than ever. And it's because of cooperation, collaboration, and commitment to our noble purpose, helping injured workers. Thanks again for joining us.